Third Marvel video in a row, and there is a lot to talk about. The finale, it drives me nuts, but I can't talk about that until the end. Well, not the end, but they're like, however long I am like going insane. Okay, let's start at episode 4. Okay? So Loki, he gets back, and he's like warning him, hey, no, wait, no. First, he falls in love with himself. Then he's like, hey, you're all mind controlled, not mind control. You're all variants. And Mobius is like, wow, liar. And then so through course of events, he finds out that he's telling the truth. Sylvie takes one of the agents, gives her memory. It happens. The sadness does. Owen Wilson dies. Oh, sir, can you see? And then, no, not then. Okay, so at the beginning, Ravonna, she's going into a place, and she sees the 3 timekeepers. And it's really cool. For some reason, it reminded me of Hexus, but that's an X, and there's this like a M. The timekeepers is an M. The end of the jeez, this series is just so mind blowing to me. It is my favorite series so far. Oh, I need to put a spoiler warning at the beginning, because I'm just rambling on spoilers right now. A lot happens. Owen Wilson frickin' dies. Well, to our knowledge at the time. Then they walk. And there's so much to talk about. Sylvie asks, what did I do wrong? And that lady, Ravonna, she's like, yo, bro. She said that, actually. I don't remember, dude. Then they walk into there, the timekeepers. And one has a mustache. Not a lizard, stupid Loki. Also, one of them looks like Kang. That was a wink for later, because you know what happens if you've seen the series, because I'm doing spoilers. So there's a fight scene, and at the end, Sylvie, she gets her sword, throws it at the middle lizard, and it's yes, it's an it. I won't get canceled anymore. It's an it, because it's a robot. It's a robot. It's like in MODOK, like everything's a frickin' robot. Then Loki frickin' dies. He freaking dies. You just killed off your main character. That makes no sense. Silly goose, you can't kill your main character. Then the only post-credit scene in the show happens, and it's you got a child, got Thor, Loki, and Boastful. I mean, then you have comic book accurate. People always say, I want a comic book accurate show, and then Marvel says, okay, we'll do it. They give us WandaVision, show us how silly the comics are for Quicksilver, Vision, and Scarlet Witch, and then they're like, yeah, those are the lamest costumes, bro. So Marvel is like, okay. And then they brought in the Loki from the comics, and I don't know, it has the horns. Okay, so the 5th episode is my second favorite. The last episode is my preciousness of the Marvel Universe. It's not better than Endgame. It is close to getting as good as Endgame. Endgame is like my favorite movie of all time. No joke, it is. Okay, so episode 6 is like all the way almost up there. It is so good. But why am I talking about that right now? Okay, I'm supposed to talk about episode 5. Starts out with close up on the freaking head that blew up or whatever. Then it goes to New York. At the end of time, I can't say like 20 anything. New York, 50, 100,000 billion. Why do I do that? There's a few important parts that are actually not important, but are canon to the MCU. Let me go on. There's freaking Thanos copter. If you didn't know what Thanos copter is, then you're uncultured. Firstly, secondly, it's from the greatest comic book of all time. It has Thanos, the universe's most powerful being, flying a helicopter with his name on it to get a cosmic cube. He steals the cosmic cube. He trips. It falls out of his hand. Then the police come up and arrest him. Greatest story of all time. No one can beat it. Better than Endgame. Best Thanos story. Best story. It is just mind-blowing. I love it so much. Why am I going on a rant about Thanos copter? We kind of got a tease for Thanos copter in Endgame with his sword. That was cool. I was like, it'll never go get in the movies. And I was right. It's not in the movies. It's in the show, which makes it even better. Because this show, sound like a freaking owl. So, Elias, I haven't even like talked that much about episode 4. Yeah, probably because. Oh wait, Sif comes back for a cameo. I remember her from the first 2 Thor movies. The third one, she wasn't there. She was on a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. mission or whatever she does. Or, I think she's also in one of the Netflix shows. She always just appears in the shows, I guess. She's in it, and it's telling the story of a real thing that happened in Norse mythology. Oh, this is a hint for later. It's a story that Loki cut Sif's hair as a joke. So Thor was like, bro, because he's his brother. He's like, bro, you gotta get me like a present from the elves. So he's like, okay, Thor, I'll do it. So we went to get the hammer, and he got the hammer. Loki made it out alive because he's mischievous, and if it weren't for that story, we wouldn't have the hammer. That's the end of episode 4 for me. And I went on a rant about Thanos copter right before that. So let's get on with episode 5. Or let's keep going with episode 5. It is amazing. Also, the Living Tribunal. If you didn't know, which this is not a joke, my Thanos copter thing was a joke. Living Tribunal is a thing in the comics, of course, that judges the biggest cosmic beings in the universe if they do something bad. There is a deleted scene for Infinity War where Doctor Strange does like a head thing to Thanos. Thanos is like shifted somewhere. Living Tribunal is right there. He's like, "What do you plead?" And he's like, "Oh!" And then Doctor Strange and Thanos keep fighting whatever they do. There's a lot of this episode. So they're going down an elevator, and as you're going down, you see Mjolnir. I hope I'm saying that. I know I'm saying that right. And you see Mjolnir, and then below it is Throg. At first, I thought it was Ant-Man because he's small. It was only after I took a day's nap, not a day, a night's nap, and I looked up like, Throg, I was wrong. I said that out loud. In the man cave, There's a bunch of stuff. There's alligator Loki. He's been there. But, dang it, there's so much in this episode I have to talk about. Elias. So, I'm going to reference the comics again to make me sound smart. Elias in the comics is a guard for King the Conqueror. That makes a lot more sense now. When they're in the basement, I'm holding the doctor. When they're in the basement, stuff happens. Crazy stuff, yo. Not crazy stuff. But there's Polybus. I hope I'm saying that right. I have no idea. Which is a game from, a theoretical game from the 90s or 80s that players say existed. And there's no, like, proof that it actually existed. But they remember it. So it's like, the Nelson Mandela effect. Like how that works. Berenstein. Sounds exactly the same. Kidding. A common one is what I just said, but also Mandela. And Polybus, which was apparently controlled you by the government, but I have to do research on it. I might not do research on it. I have no idea. I'm just concerned. There's a video game that we don't know existed. Rest in peace, creators. Wait, not rest in peace. Sorry for you, creator. Your game will now finally be seen in Loki. I don't know what to believe in this show anymore because of what happened in the finale. But Voice for Loki, he said that, yo, back then, I killed Iron Man, like beat him up, killed Captain America. Then I got some Infinity Stones, all 6 of them. And then I got caught. But you have the Infinity Stones, so... Wait, no. Never mind. You're powerless with them. It's like the agents are gods. I don't think I should believe Boastful Loki, because later in the episode he, betrays child Loki. Classic Loki, he says that his was that he cast a projection for Thanos. He got, he got that. Then he went to another planet, and he missed his family. Thor, that's his only family. So he stepped a little bit of the planet, and they arrested him. So my theory is that Loki is still alive in the main timeline that we've been following in the MCU. Because if he did actually die, then wouldn't the TVA come in, arrest Thanos, and they're like, yo, Thanos, you purple frickin' raisin. What are you doing? So that's why I think Loki is still alive. He not most likely. I have no evidence. I have no math. I just think he is. And then, but we won't see him. He'll just die on a different planet. So I guess the theory doesn't even matter. Also in episode 4, Mobius references vampires, which, I like Blade, so... And Blade is confirmed. Blade and Loki confirmed. Yes, he is in episode 6. Just kidding. Ha ha ha! A liar. Mischievous. Bet you believed me. What am I going on about? Alligator Loki's Nexus event was that he's an alligator. Kid Loki's Nexus event is that he killed Thor. But he's a child. Why would a child kill his own brother? Sylvie kills herself. Okay, so set that up so I don't just sound insane. Sylvie and Renslayer, they're having a conversation. Then then Miss Minutes is like, "Hey!" No, she's Southern. What? She's Southern, stupid. Okay, so Miss Minutes is like, "Hey, we have a carrier. What am I doing? We have a carrier that brings you past the void." That which is a lie. So Sylvie kills herself. When she gets there, Mobius is in Lightning McQueen, and he rides up. He's like, "Hey, yo, ka-chow." You know what comes after thunder? Lightning. And so they drive off with Lightning McQueen, because when you wake up with all your variants. That was a joke. That he actually comes in a pizza truck to deliver some Zaws. That was another joke. He comes up in a pizza car to pick up Sylvie to escape Olias. It cuts back to the place, and there's President Loki. So obviously, since they are Loki, they all betray each other and kill each other. Well, not kill, just betray. Alligator Loki bites off President Loki's hand, and he's like, "Ah!" Yeah, they all betray each other. I'm gonna go through this quickly so I can get to King. Oh no, I spoiled it. Ah! Okay, so that's all I gotta say. I make too many jokes that are cringy and probably don't land. Back to Loki. Why am I going on a rant every 5 minutes? Okay, so Sylvie, Mobius go and meet. High five. Classic child, alligator, and normal. Not normal. Sylvia gives him the tempad. He gets out of there. Ka-chow. I cannot do that. And then the other 3 Lokis go. And Sylvie and Loki we know are going to Elias. They kinda almost die. And then classic Loki fulfills his glorious purpose. And he makes Asgard, the entire kingdom, not people, because Asgard isn't a place, it's a people. And he distracts Elias. Elias eats Asgard, and Loki and Sylvie. Loki learns how to enchant people now. I thought that was really cool how they put that in. Then the episode ends. Oh no! Yes, it does. And paves the way for the next episode to fulfill the show's glorious purpose. No, this episode, it made me feel things about Marvel that I never felt before. Confusion, sadness, happiness, madness at the same time. It was a good feeling. Something that might not happen again. I love you. The show, Loki. You complete me. It's revealed that Miss Minutes is a horror movie and could get a horror movie probably. Then something I was so wrong about. So in my mid-season review, I said this. King the Conqueror. I don't think King will be in the series at all because no, he was cast for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, that I'm excited for, because he's like a major character. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I feel dumb now. Probably because I a little bit. But I feel completely wrong. As soon as we saw the actor, all people that do research on these movies, even me, knew who he was. It's gonna be kind of short, but walk in. He sits down. He says that sometimes he's called a conqueror. And not as soon, I already got the hints from how the actor, that the actor is there, and now conqueror. Kang the Conqueror is finally in the MCU. This is the most important Marvel show so far. It is. You need to watch it to understand the movies. Okay? He's gonna be in Ant-Man, Quantumania. He's probably gonna be in a bunch of other stuff because there's multiple variants of him everywhere. So it's crazy. He is a dude from the 31st century who figures out the multiverse exists. It's just so crazy. The pen on Ravona's desk was from the high school she worked at. Even better, we learned so much. Ravona leaves she teleports to season 2. We go back. The rest of the episode takes place in the end of time. Instead of starting out like instead it starts out with the script like you see on the side and it has the line that like the character saying the line. I thought that was neat. I really liked it. This is a long episode. This is a long video. There's not much to say. Sylvie and Loki fight. Sylvie wins. She sends him back to TVA, but it looks different. She kills Kang, the Conqueror, and firstly, Miss Minutes calls him or something, I forgot, and that's from the comics who actually does control it, and is like master to the timekeepers who are not robot. She kills him, and the multiverse just starts collapsing, which sets up. Let me tell you. What if Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania? Phase 4, this saga just got a whole lot better. Hope you enjoy this video. Hope you enjoy your day. Goodbye. See you some other time, unless you cringe too hard. Bye!